Assalamualaikum and very good morning to all my dear children of class 8. Today we'll see the explanation of the poem from your Honeydew textbook. The title of this poem is When I Set Out for Lyricist. As you know that students, yesterday we have completed, it means in the last video you have seen that, right, we have talked about the poem. And what happened there, how the poet went to the Lyricist and how much this Lyricist places belong to which area of the world. So we know that Lyricist is an imaginary place, it's a mythical place from the West England, it's a Paris we can say, and the writer or poet, right, Thomas Hardy visited and he had his own experience over there, and his own experience he write in a later form, and when he come back from that particular place, that the paper he brought with him in his pocket. So that paper was just this poem, and we'll see its explanation over here. So students, first of all we'll read for what happened before that. When I set out for Lyricist, as a young apprentice architect, the British poet and novelist Thomas Hardy once visited Paris to supervise the restoration of a church. On his return from the Paris, people noticed two things about him: a new glow in his eyes and a crumpled piece of paper sticking out of his coat pocket. That paper, it is recorded in one of his biographies, contained the draft of the poem. You are going to read that very poem inspired by a visit to a place which the poet calls Lyricist. See, what do you mean by apprentice means what? Students, it means a person who is paid as a trainee. The young Thomas Hardy was just an apprentice. He was a person who just under the training of something. And also he was a British poet, as we know that he has written this poem and many poems he had made the collection, Satire of Humanism, written in yesterday we have seen, right, it published in 1914 and written in 1886, right. So here students, we have seen that, right, this poem written in one of the collection, it's a small part of that collection. So it means that he was the poet also, novelist, many novels also he has written. And what happened in this poem, what he has described and portrayed his output here. See, Thomas Hardy once visited Paris, right, that Cornwall. And in that Paris, one of the places that was the Lyricist, it's a mythical place, belonged to the Arthurian legend, right? So here students, this one day what happened, Thomas Hardy visited this place, Paris, to supervise the restoration of a church. He went there to restore it. It means what? Restoration means what, student? Renovation, right? So here he went there to renovate that church. He visited that place because he wanted to renovate that church in the Paris. He was also architect, a person who designed plans and construction. So he can say that, right, we can say that Thomas Hardy was just not a poet or novelist, but he was also one of the architect and also apprentice. He has also taken the training under of it. Now, when he went to Paris, he thought something over there and he realized over something there, what? Which changed his, which just the contrary changed his behavior and mind over, right? So, people noticed two things about him. When he just come back from the Paris, people noticed something in himself. What? Two things. One, a new glow in his eyes and also crumpled piece of paper sticking out of his coat. As we know that when he went to Paris, he met his beloved over there. That's why after meeting of his wife, right, who was going to become his wife, he met there also. Because of that only we can say that his face was just very glow and shiny when he come back, because here his own experience he described here. So these two things the people notice under him, that is one of the new glow in his eyes and second one is one of the single piece of paper stick in his pocket. So that piece, two things he brought from the Paris. That paper, it is recorded in one of his biographies, contained the draft of a poem. Now that paper was whatever he has written in that letter, in that paper, it was just this poem. So students, we can say that this poem is written by Thomas Hardy by this way only, right? Once he went to Paris, and that happiness he expressed in that paper, right? So that paper was this poem. So this poem is just the experience of the Thomas Hardy, and you are going to read that very poem inspired by a visit to a place which the poet calls Lyrnessus. So we know that what is Lyrnessus? It's a mythical place, right? So it's a mythical place or imaginary place that belongs to the Arthurian region of Cornwall in West England. So students, now we'll see the explanation of this poem. First stanza we'll see first of all. See, stanza number 1. When I set out for Lyrnessus, 100 miles away, Rhine was on the spray and the starlight lit my lonesome place. When I set out for Lyrnessus, 100 miles away. So, students, in the first stanza, what the poet said here, he started his journey. When I set out means what? He started his journey. When he started his journey for the Lyrnessus, right? So, where he was going? He was going here in this place, this mythical place, right? So, when I means who? Thomas Hardy, the poet himself. We can say the poet himself. Thomas Hardy just started his journey for the Lyrnessus 100 miles away. Where he came, that Lyrnessus was just 100 miles away from poet's home, right? So here the poet said that when I set out for Lyrnessus, when I started my journey for the Lyrnessus, how it was away from my home, 100 miles away from my home, right? So he said. Then in the second to third line, what the poet said, the Rhine was on the spray and the starlight lit my lonesome place. What the poet said in these two lines, the poet said Rhine was on the spray. This line, Rhine means what, students? Rhine means frost or snow, and spray means what? Spray the leaves and branches of the tree. It means here the poet was referring which season? Winter season. So winter season was there, and because of that winter season, the frost was just spread over on the leaves of the trees and also on the floor, on the ground. So the poet here talking about that was the spring season in the Lyrnessus place, and I was just only a person in that starlight because he started his journey from the morning. Now it was become the evening. So what happened here? Evening time was there, and because of that evening, afterwards the sun was just going to end, and that's why the poet felt their lonesomeness. Lonesomeness means what, students? Loneliness, right? Alone, loneliness. He was alone over there, and he felt very cold, very frost everywhere. He was just feeling very coldness over there. That's why the poet was talking about in this stanza what? When I started my journey for the Paris, I thought there was some hotness, but when I entered in that particular place, I have seen what? He observed there, the coldness because of the winter season over there. See the last line, again the poet repeated the two lines, when I set out for Lyrnessus 100 miles away, right? So students, here the poet was talking about his journey, how he started and which type of season he felt there. See, so here we have completed first stanza. In the first stanza, the poet was talking about his beginning of his journey for the Lyrnessus and how he felt because of their winter season. So here we have seen the words meaning and the theme of this stanza. So students, please read this properly. Now we'll see the second stanza. See, in the second stanza what the poet said. That Thomas Hardy, poet, himself expressed his own experience. See, what would be chance at Lyrnessus? Why I should chosen there? No prophet does declare, nor did the wisest wizard guess. What would be chance at Lyrnessus? Why I should chosen there? See students, here what the poet said. The chance means what? The chance means about to happen. Chosen means what? Stay, and prophet Now what the poet talked about here in this stanza, see, what would begins at Lyrnessus? Now when I reached at Lyrnessus, first stanza he started his journey. Now in the second stanza, the poet reached at that particular place, that mythical place, that imaginary place, it was the Lyrnessus. Now the poet here reached over, and what would happen there in the Lyrnessus? Begins means would happen. क्या हुआ वहाँ पे देखो. Why I should sojourn there? Sojourn means what, students? Sojourn means stay. When the poet stay over there in that particular on a particular place, right? वहाँ पे जब poet वहाँ पे पहुँच गए और उन्होंने वहाँ पे थोड़ा रेस्ट लिया. When he stay there, what would happen there? No prophet does declare, nor did wisest wizard gaze. I cannot say I am just a human being, normal human being. क्या हुआ वहाँ पे? Anything happened there with him, but what happened? The poet himself did not know about it. He himself also not know, and he was also saying about another person. No prophet, a holy man, a person who can predict the future very easily. That person also not able to say that what would happen there. So here the poet said the prophet, no prophet can declare, and that to say that what would happen in the Lyrnessus, and nor did the wisest wizard guess. Not did the wisest man, जो अच्छा person है, intelligent man also cannot predict the future, or we can say what happened in that particular place. So here the poet talked about something happened with me there, which just totally changed me, my behavior, my mind, my thoughts, everything. But what would happen, how I changed my behavior and everything, I did not know about it. Not only I, but no any another person from the world, nor a prophet, no, not a prophet or not a wisest man can predict that, can say that what would happen in the Lyrnessus. So here in the second stanza, the prediction of the holy man or the wisest man also not able to say that, understand that, realize that what would happen with the poet in the Lyrnessus place. Right? So in the second stanza we have seen that it's just the things what happen in that particular place with the poet, but he would not able to say that what happened. Now that happening there, whatever matter or issues created by that particular place or the people of that particular place or that church, right, happen there, how the issue or matter or the things change the poet's behavior. We will see in the third stanza. See. In the third stanza, the poet said, when I return from the Lyrnessus with magic in my eyes, all marked with mute surmise, my radiance red and the fathomless. When I set out from the Lyrnessus, when I return from the Lyrnessus with magic in my eyes. Now see, students, in the third stanza what the poet Thomas Hardy said. See, when I return, when the poet came back from that particular place, what happened there? With magic in my eyes. He could see the magic in his eyes, because as we know that in the second stanza he described that something happened with the poet in that particular place that gives him very glow in his eyes, shiny eyes. Magic happened with the poet, all marked with mute surmise, and my radiance red and fathomless. All marked. All means who here? The students remember this. All means the people of his country, right? All means here the people. When he come back again at home, when he came back again at home, the people who just surrounded himself, they marked with a mute. Mute means what? Very quiet and silent. Surmise means what? Thoughts and guess. They were thinking about me, how this person can change over there, and his eyes really very shiny, his face very glow, and here the written from that particular place. My radiance means what? Glow, right? Fathomless means what? So deep that the depth cannot be measured. When I return from the Lionesses with magic in my eyes. See students, so here in the third stanza, it's a journey in the third stanza, it's a whole, we can say, the things which happened with the poet when he came there in that particular place. In the beginning, it means in the second stanza, we have seen that something happened there with the poet that changed the poet behavior, his thoughts. So no one can predict that what happened with the poet. And in the third stanza, because of that things which happened with the poet, he totally changed. He transferred himself by, we can say, the sadness transferred into the joyous mood, right? So here the poet was very happy at the end of the poem, or when he came back from that particular place. When he just started his journey, he was very sad, dissatisfied, and we can say he was very sorrowful over there. But when he come back, he visited that particular place, he visited that church, right? He visited that place, which place? Lionesses. When he come back, his behavior, his thoughts, his mood, it was totally changed because he was very happy, very contentment happened over there. He was very satisfied, we can say, and his mood was really very joyful. So students, here this poem is about the happiness of the poet when he visited this particular place. Which place? Lionesses. So here we have completed the explanation of this poem. Students will see further explanation of the poetic devices in the next video. Please students, read this poem very carefully and also copy this poem in your CW. Read everything over there and also copy all the words with its meaning which I have given here. So copy from this video all the words and write in your notebook. So we'll see further explanation of the poetic devices in the next video. Thank you and have a nice day.